The debate over immigration, often marked by intense discussions about border security and the impact of migration on society, has become a constant in American politics, especially during elections. The discourse often evokes images of migrant caravans and grave threats, portraying a scenario of chaos and uncertainty that fades after elections, only to re-emerge as the next political battle looms. At the center of the ongoing conversation is former President Donald Trump, whose legal troubles and political actions continue to overshadow the Republican Party. Despite various legal and electoral challenges, Trump's influence is still significant, shaping the party's stance on key issues, including immigration. The border has resurfaced as a key issue, with Republicans seemingly falling back on a tried-and-true strategy of fear-mongering and division. However, President Joe Biden's recent legislative proposal marks a notable shift in this ongoing narrative. By backing a bipartisan bill to streamline the asylum process and give the Department of Homeland Security more control over border management, Biden has reached out to his opponents and urged them to put aside partisan differences for the common good. The bill, which is tougher than many Democrats would prefer, highlights Biden's willingness to find middle ground and reflects his belief that we shouldn't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. But the response from Trump and his supporters has been predictably resistant. Trump, in a clear attempt to keep immigration as a political tool, has called on Republicans to oppose the bill, fearing it would deprive him of a powerful campaign issue. This view is echoed by GOP lawmakers who, despite previous complaints about the border situation, now seem happy to keep things as they are, preferring political tactics to real policy change. This contradictory stance is made more complex by the GOP's approach to foreign aid, especially as it relates to Israel, Ukraine, and Taiwan. What was once a leverage point, tying aid to immigration reform, has turned into a complicated mess of political backtracking, as evidenced by the abrupt move towards separate aid bills without any immigration elements. Within this political drama, some voices in the Republican Party are beginning to express their dissatisfaction, recognizing the harm being done to their constituents and the country by not constructively addressing immigration reform. This internal criticism points to a growing recognition that the party is drifting away from its stated values and commitments. The effects of this stalemate extend far beyond the halls of Congress, affecting scores of individuals and communities across the country. Cities like New York and Los Angeles, often at the center of the U.S. immigration debate, are experiencing the tangible consequences of legislative gridlock. The inability to address this issue not only perpetuates current problems, but also misses an opportunity to reshape America's approach to immigration for generations to come. While political analysts may be counting on public indifference, the truth is that voters are becoming more aware of the intricacies of such discussions and may be holding politicians accountable for their inaction. As the country reaches a pivotal point, the immigration debate is becoming a test of American democracy. Will the pursuit of political gain continue to override the critical need for reform, or will leaders step up and embrace the complexities and compromises that governing requires? Time will tell, but it's clear that the decisions made now will shape America's future, for better or worse. Now, we would like to proportion with you our current research on another controversial topic, the criminal war of former President Donald Trump. On February 15th, there are quite consequential courtroom hearings related to former President Donald Trump that are going to capture the kingdom's attention. First and foremost, within the bustling metropolis of New York City, Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg is actually at the helm of an excessive-stakes criminal case in opposition to Trump. This felony saga harkens again to Trump's tumultuous run as a presidential candidate in 2016. The crux of the matter revolves around allegations that Trump was concerned in orchestrating a cover-up of hush payments to his former mistress, Stormy Daniels. These payments were allegedly disguised as campaign contributions and expenses, an alleged violation of New York state law. Whereas this situation was thought to have momentarily faded into the historical past amid federal prosecutions, it has now resurfaced with an important listening to slated for February 15th. On the flip aspect, in the political epicenter of Washington, D.C., Judge Chween reveals herself presiding over an election interference case towards the former president. However, Unforeseen delays in the appeals system have thrown a wrench into the gears, resulting in a month postponement of the trial. This scheduling conundrum has created a unique undertaking, as two great prison teams are putting together their protection techniques at the same time as Trump gears up for Super Tuesday. Adding an additional layer of complexity to this prison tapestry, on the very same day, Judge McAfee within the state of Georgia is poised to conduct an evidentiary hearing. This hearing holds the electricity to determine the fate of the prosecutors concerned, a roster that consists of the intriguing figures of Fani Willis and Nathan Wade. The burning question remains, will they maintain their roles in the case, or will the indictment face dismissal due to their unavailability? Judge Moran, the overseer of the New York case, is faced with the daunting task of setting a trial date amidst this labyrinthine web of legal proceedings. Nevertheless, he seems undaunted and is expected to forge ahead by organizing a trial date for late March or early April, seemingly unperturbed by the impending primaries. However, a crucial variable that could sway the path of these criminal entanglements is the approaching selection from the D.C. Court of Appeals. Should the court rule in favor of Trump's declaration of absolute immunity, it may trigger a series of activities that could lead to further delays, undoubtedly pushing the trial into the month of June. As for the Georgia case, there is speculation that Fani Willis will keep her job, while the fate of Nathan Wade remains shrouded in uncertainty. The indictment seems to remain intact, and a trial date for Trump and Mike Roman may finally appear on the horizon. In sum, February 15th is shaping up to be an afternoon of reckoning in the sprawling criminal saga surrounding Donald Trump. As other cases grapple with their complications and time-consuming delays, the Manhattan District Attorney's case stands out as relatively honest, with the expectation of moving forward in the near future. As the kingdom anticipates the outcomes and revelations that lie ahead, the spotlight remains firmly constant on Trump's ever-evolving criminal challenges. With this information, we have come to the give-up of our publication. If you did not follow us yet, please do so and like our video. See you until the next video. Stay curious.